Everything I know about day trading, I've learned from David Green, and we've taught in Wall Street Global Trading Academy. If you want to know more and you want to really become a successful day trader, go to Wall Street Global Trading Academy. And that's all I got to say about that.
We're back at the New York Stock Exchange for another incredible interview with none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Peter Tuchman.
Boom! Chartaddicts, how you doing? Einstein on Wall Street from the balcony at the New York Stock Exchange. Welcome.
If somebody wanted to come and get a seat on the floor here, what would that require?
So historically, back in the day, people would come down. As I said, there's no training for this job. They would start at the bottom and they would go up the rung until they got they got the confidence and the wherewithal to show people that they were trustworthy, they were good with numbers, they were able to pass a number of exams, and then a company would sponsor them to give them a seat. They issued 1,366 seats in 1903. Those seats were traded at different prices. There was always a bid and an offer by people, because in order to trade, to have the right to trade, you have to have a seat on the stock exchange. In order to get a seat on the stock exchange, you have to be sponsored by a brokerage firm, a company that had a broker-dealer. Okay? All these components of this market don't exist anymore. There is no longer that incredible tranche of support staff of people who work here. They're market makers and clerks and brokers. So there's not as much demand, unfortunately, with all the changes that technology has happened to all industries. Those 70 market making firms have merged into 3. Those 1,366 brokers have merged into about 600. So there are no longer squads. There are very few clerks. There are still brokers. We are still the most significant human running marketplace in the world, and I believe it's way more important that there are humans behind the volatile markets that we're seeing. So while we're doing this interview, I'm looking at the market. We came in sort of flat this morning. This market has rallied huge so far today. We're up numerous hundreds of points as we were down yesterday. So we're seeing this crazy, wild volatility. Unfortunately, my son does have a seat on the stock exchange. He is my partner, and he
did you say unfortunately or
no,
fortunately?
Fortunately.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Always work with your family sometimes. Anyway, but for the longest time, he always wanted to work here, and there was a period of time I wasn't sure that was going to happen. This used to be a very family-oriented business. Most of the market-making firms were family-owned businesses. Unfortunately, due to technology, due to mergers and acquisitions, due to the nature of the market, there's not as demand for them. More people are leaving here, unfortunately, the human element of the market, than are joining it, although the New York Stock Exchange has made a major effort to rebuild itself, rebrand itself, and bring people back and make the human entity that much more relevant. We've done a great job at that. That's why I'm still here. I've been here for 137 years and I'm still friggin' trading. I went to high school with Alexander Hamilton. He's buried across the street behind Trinity Church.
Peter actually designed the tobacco leaves here at
Correct,
the exchange, in case you guys don't know.
But anyway,
he was outside the tree.
A long answer to a short question was that the opportunities to get seats on the stock exchange, while they are still around, we just actually got a seat for Drew Cohen downstairs on the floor. He's one of our new interns who decided he really wanted to be here. So it is possible. You've got to get a job with a brokerage firm. You've got to spend probably a couple of years learning the game. You've got to take a number of exams that are really, really difficult to pass. You need to be sponsored by a BD, a broker-dealer, and you can get a seat and you can become a trader. So yes, it is possible. It's not as easy as it was before, but it was really never easy, because as I said, it was a business that was very attractive to be in. People made good money doing it, but it took 13 to 15 years to go from being a runner, a squad who made $67 a week, running around the floor. It's a commitment, right? Anything that you do and you do well is a commitment. If you guys are out there learning to day trade the market, it's a commitment. Don't think this is about getting rich quick. It's not about that. And don't think that you're going to go to sleep, put the video under your pillow, and wake up and suddenly be a great friggin' trader. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. It takes 3 to 6 months. Okay, and I beg of you to try and sort of approach it as being a singles and doubles hitter and not a home run hitter. Because look, at the end of the day, I talk to retail traders all the time, and I'll ask guys, so how are you doing? And they'll go, wow, I'm betting 80%. I said, oh, so you must be profitable. Well, no, I'm down $5,000. I said, well, explain that to me. Well, I had 4 trades and I made $100 each, and on my 5th trade I lost $8,000. Well, that doesn't make any sense. That's not a sustainable trading strategy, right? FOMO, hope, hype are not trading strategies. At the end of the day, as I said earlier, I'm willing to risk 50 to make 200. I'm not willing to risk 200 to make 50. So just think of it in your mind that when you get up in the morning and you sit down in front of your computer to trade and you're rubbing your hands together, how much money am I going to make today? Turn that on its head and think, how much am I willing to risk today to make some money? And if I set the parameters of my downside risk as opposed to thinking, how rich am I going to get today? It's the psychology of day trading that makes you either successful or a failure. And that's the basic net approach to this thing.
So good. Remove the emotion and focus on those two logical components, which is your win rate and your risk and reward.
Exactly.
And if the math makes sense, you're going to make money. And if you're trading off of hype or emotion, just like Peter said, not going to work out. Now, if Benny wanted to go and become a retail trader, and you and David could leave him with one piece of advice only, what would you and David tell him?
You know what, I don't really understand the upstairs game in this business. So like to be a retail trader up on a desk, I would rather he go out and become a day trader, right? Because I've seen, first of all, look, there's nothing more exciting than day trading and being successful at it. And there are lots of people. We have thousands of students who have literally turned their lives around. People who didn't know anything from a sock to a stock have gone on to become good day traders. People who have been retail traders and been struggling, we've been able to turn their lives around. People who left their jobs, lost their jobs, needed to make disposable income, we've been able to give them the opportunity by teaching them the rules of the game, giving them the playbook, as you do also. So look, there are a lot of opportunities to go out there and learn the game. I would say to him, look, never get emotional about money. Go out there and be a singles and doubles hitter, but learn the game before you do it. Don't get wrapped up in, look, there are people who trade, there are people who gamble. I always use the analogy of a guy who sits down. I've actually never been to Vegas. Nobody believes that. I'm not a card player. But there are two kinds of gamblers. There's a person who goes to Vegas, who sits down at the card table. He has a plan, right? He has a plan that he's going out there. He's got $1,000. If he makes 1,000 off his 1,000, he's going to leave the table, go to Ruth Chris, get a nice steak, go see Elton John, and it's going to be a beautiful evening. And then there's the other trader, okay, who has no plan whatsoever, who sits down, he's got $1,000, he's up 2,000, he's up 3,000, he's got diamond hands, he thinks he's the master trader, he goes all in on trades, the $3,000 profit turns into an $8,000 loss. Yes. He's been to the ATM 4 times, he's sitting out on the curb, drinking friggin' Hennessy, smoking cigarettes, he's got to call his partner to say, I don't have enough money for the friggin' rent. Those are the two things here. So there are secrets to day trading. Everything I know about day trading, I've learned from David Green, and we've taught in Wall Street Global Trading Academy. There are 5 secrets which I'm going to lay out to you. If you want to know more about this, you can go to my Instagram page. There's a link tree to Wall Street Global Trading Academy. You can go to WSGTA.com. It's a spectacular course. It's really full. We worked so hard to curate a great course. It comes with coaching and mentoring. It's accessible, affordable, and fun. First of all, if you want to become a day trader, have a plan when you get into a stock. Ask yourself, why am I buying or shorting this stock? Okay? And the only 2 reasons to do that are either price action or technical analysis. On every trade that you make, you must have a stop order. If you have a mental stop, you're mental. You have a stop order and you never change it. If you're in a trade and it goes against you, you're out of the trade, you move on to the next one. If you're in a trade and it becomes successful, take a profit while you can, up 50 cents, up $1. Move your stop order up to break even so you can never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. And then use a trailing stop to make as much out of your winners and lose as least out of your losers.
Oh my God.
If you're having a bad day, and we all have bad days, 3 losing trades in a row, you turn the machine off and go home. Doesn't make you a loser, doesn't make you a bad trader. You'll come back from a bad day, you'll come back from a bad week, but you will not come back from revenge trading where you turn your account that's up $4,000 into a loser of 20 grand. And I've seen it time and time again, okay? Never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. Never turn a winning day into a losing day. Never revenge trade. If you're losing, turn the machine off and go home. Those are the 5 secrets that David's taught me. Okay, we teach them every day the psychology of trading. Everybody can be taught to hit a buy button or a short button. It's what you do when you get into a trade that matters, right? No one got broke taking a profit, okay? And those are the simplest secrets that I can give you. Knowing what I just told you, you will be a 50% better trader, and I gave you that shit for free, right? And going forward, if you want to know more and you want to really become a successful day trader, go to Wall Street Global Trading Academy. Check out David Green and I. Check out my man, Dad Roy over here. Yep. And that's all I got to say about that.
Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to click the links in the description to connect with Peter and David. If you have any questions, all the links are going to be included. Peter, thank you so much.
My
you guys,
pleasure, man.
You hear the wisdom, you see the energy, and you feel the charisma. Now it's time for you to experience it in person in Dubai, November 20th to the 22nd. Peter will be the opening speaker, and he's going to set off the entire event. Look forward to seeing you guys out there.
You got to be in it to win it, baby. Let's go.
My man. Thank you so much, Peter.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.